5.
Practiced by the Mentawaian tribe of Indonesia, women believe that chiseling their teeth is required to balance out their body and soul. The practice is done without anesthetics, as sharp blades are driven into their teeth before filling, ultimately resembling shark's teeth. Hearing about this painful process makes me hope these women at least get a balloon afterwards.
4.
In America, pregnancy is usually celebrated by throwing baby showers. Meanwhile, a religious ritual practiced in some parts of India is throwing babies. Infants between the ages of 1 and 2 are tossed off of platforms 50 feet high and are hopefully caught by men holding an outstretched sheet down below. This is like a trust fall on steroids and is supposedly done to ensure the babies become more intelligent and lucky. Assuming there wasn't a giant thud on the ground, those kids sound lucky enough already.
3.
Members of the Chambri tribe in New Guinea must undergo painful scarification in order to be considered men. Scarification is a process of cutting, scratching, or burning patterns into skin, usually until it achieves a permanent crocodile-like texture. I guess over there, those guys' fathers look at their bare arms with contempt and ask, "You think anybody's going to hire you looking like that?" If that's not enough, their masculine rite of passage also includes weeks of humiliation and mental trauma to further toughen them up.
2.
Mandan Indians literally take things to new heights with what's called an Okipa ceremony. The ceremony commences with a bison dance and lasts 4 entire days, as the men aren't permitted to eat, drink, or sleep. Eventually they are led to a small hut so wooden skewers can be pushed deeply into their skin, during which they are expected to smile and pretend that it doesn't hurt. The final part involves the men being hung from the roof until they faint. Not dying from this, or as they like to call it, waking up, is supposed to display courage and show that spirits approve of them. Many of those guys would probably rather kill themselves than go through with it, although suicide would mean being hung anyway, so there's not really any difference.
1.
Buddhist monks have long engaged in a tradition known as Sojushinbutsu, also known as self-mummification. Meditate on that one for a second. Self-mummification. Monks would spend 3 years on a special diet and exhaust themselves through physical activity to strip fat from their bodies. Eating bark and roots along with drinking a poisonous tea would prevent their bodies from decaying after death, while also depleting them of fluids. Once resembling Jack Skellington, the monks would lock themselves in a stone tomb that didn't allow them to move. Air tubes would be attached to the tomb along with a bell to be occasionally rung to let everyone else know the monk was still alive. When the bell was no longer ringing, the air tube would be removed and the tomb would fully seal. I think these Buddhists were insane, but they do have me thinking, who am I? Who's thinking? What is the self? What is thought? Are we all one being? Is time a finite concept? Aren't we all just... Hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up down below. Click the subscribe button to be alerted whenever I upload more videos. And if you can't wait that long, check over there, click the annotation. And I'm gonna let the cat go now.